Check it out. You are tuned into Rhymes and Politics. I'm Spud Brooklyn. And if you're looking for dope interviews, education, and entertainment, you might want to tune in. I just had a super dope interview, and you're going to see some more. So don't snooze and don't miss out. Get it?
You are now watching Rhymes and Politics. Spit them balls.
Yo, check it out. It's your right-hand man, Cise, the host of Rhymes and Politic. Check it out. We in B-More, man. We out here supporting my bro, Tony Bosco. But look who I got next to me, man. We got Spud Brooklyn in the building.
We here.
They shooting a music video. We out here
Baltimore.
working. We out here working. New York B-More connection. You feel me? Spud, what's good, family?
Oh, man, it's a beautiful day, man.
Yo, it's nice out here, right?
Beautiful day. Beautiful day.
Well, look, we got to go back to New York later tonight, though.
Yes.
But, yo, we here, we working. Talk to us, man. Give us some of your background.
So right now, I'm a president of a record label called Nuovo Entertainment out in California, LA. Shout out to Nuovo. Been an A&R for about the last 7 years.
Yeah.
But I came from the roots of an artist. You know, I'm hailing from Brooklyn, New York. My whole thing was trying to make my way into this artistry. Hit a lot of pitfalls, but then I started to learn the business.
Got you.
And a lot of opportunities was coming my way. And the more I started learning, I wanted to share that with artists.
Right.
And give some insight, and it kept morphing. So my plan was never to be an executive, but it just happened.
Got you.
And to me, I was like, you know, I want to be what I didn't have in my pursuit of music.
Right.
So anytime I could give that information and share it,
Yeah.
I'm trying to feed the people.
No, you fire, my
Trying to
G.
feed the
You
people.
fire. How many projects you had out? How many albums you had out? Mixtapes and stuff like that.
So when I got out in like 09, end of 08 into 09.
Uh-huh.
I still had that mixtape mentality. So I jumped on all the hot beats
Yeah.
and did my freestyles, and we submitted it to Jive Records. And they came back and they were like, yo, listen, this was 95.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
We would mess
Damn.
with this, but you got to give us records. And that was one of the first times I heard that. And I went back into the lab and I created an album called One for the Money. We got all original beats, and I went with the approach that if this was the project that the label was putting out, I want to give them a body of work.
Right.
And that changed everything for me.
Okay.
Yeah. One for the Money changed everything.
How did you learn the music business, though?
So interesting.
Because I just got the book called...
Everything You Need to Know About
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The new one, though.
Okay, the new one. The updated one?
Yes.
Okay.
I just got that last month.
Okay.
So I'm reading. I'm trying to study right now, get my knowledge on the joint.
For me, you know, I started out as an artist. I always loved the entertainment business, so I always read as much as I can in it.
Right.
But it wasn't until I was moving in the game, I was
that
learning.
hands-on experience.
And I use this phrase a lot. It's easy to read how to ride a bike.
Right.
And then when you got to ride a bike, it's different than reading it.
Copy.
And I realized a lot of the stuff that I was reading, I had to ride the bike.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that I learned, I didn't really comprehend it until I got in the game.
Gotcha.
And then I was seeing the mistakes.
Yeah.
Or seeing what they were doing in the offices. And I'm like, oh, this is what they meant.
Right.
So a lot of it was trial and error. You know,
Okay.
I made a lot of mistakes, but at the stage I made them, it was more beneficial than detrimental.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How long did it take you to like grasp everything, the knowledge, the work, the terms, and
so when I
like understanding contracts and all that too?
So I'm gonna give you a good story about that. So I went to prison when I was 15. So I came home when I was 28. I did 13 years. So I came home when I was 28. So everybody was counting me out.
Oh, okay.
So everywhere I went, everybody was like, yo, you ruined your life, you ruined your life. So every opportunity that I got was a come up.
Right.
So when I started to get into the job situation, I did a record that was getting pitched for sync to television.
Mm-hmm.
And a lawyer came to me. He was like, yo, could I see your paperwork? And when I gave my paperwork, he was like, yo, you didn't negotiate sync licensing. You didn't negotiate foreign rights. So I was like, oh, this is an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized the only way to really know what I was missing out was I had to invest into bad contracts. So all the money I made in that deal,
Right.
I spent it all on bad contracts.
Wow.
And I spent about close to like $13,000, $14,000
Yeah.
in contracts. And it was a gamble because I ain't have it, bro.
Right.
I was
That part.
I was hurting. Like I came home, again, I was 15 when I went away. I came home when I was 28. So I had no work history. I had nothing. So when I got this money, it was like, what I'm gonna do with it? And I spent the 14K on bad contracts.
Damn, yeah.
And my whole thing with that was the only way I could learn what to look for in deals.
Right.
Because good contracts, there's no dialogue.
Yeah.
So I bought Michael, Prince, I bought DMX, I bought the Locks contract, Courtney Love's, Guns N' Roses. I was buying a whole bunch of contracts and I was reading. And that's what, while I was maneuvering in the game, seeing it in actual play.
So wait a minute.
So what I was reading.
Whoa, wait. So you could buy an artist contract?
Yeah, you could buy an artist contract.
You mean like a copy?
Yeah, you could buy a copy of the contract, the actual contract.
Shit. So that way you could see what
Because I heard
breakdowns and all that.
I heard
the percentages.
stories of,
the percentages.
I didn't, not only the percentage, I never knew why Prince turned to the artist formerly known as. That conversation, it just happened.
Right.
But then I knew he was signed to a deal. I wanted to see what reason why. And then when I looked, he didn't own the likeness of his name.
Got you. Okay.
So they was able to be like, get out of here.
Right.
We keep this.
Yeah.
I needed to see the wording of that.
Got you.
To understand
That's
why
ill.
he went away. And that's what opened me up to the business.
Right.
So when I got that, I was like, oh, this is the part of the game that a lot of people missing out.
Yeah.
So I started going to the labels and bringing up like, oh, I know y'all got this issue. I could consult for you.
That's right.
And they started calling me in.
Yeah.
And I can't stress the power of social media. A lot of people thought I was fronting by posting whenever I'm in a label. But I realized the labels were looking. So I was leveraging. If I go to Sony, I post all my Sony content to entice Universal.
Oh.
And then Universal will call me like, hey, what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
And I'm like, out of integrity, I don't want to share that. But if we do business, you can trust and believe that we're going to. And they started calling me. There was some days I'll be in Universal same day, 2 hours. I'm in Sony the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
And the more that kept calling, my name started to go around.
Okay.
Yo, call Spud.
Right.
He could look over that. Or call Spud, he might know. And it
So
took off.
you go to these labels to like educate the artists on their contracts and stuff like that, or just like
so most
kinda
times
system a little
when it was to the labels, they'll be looking for artists, or they have a situation with an artist. Artist development. I also run a studio, shoot studios in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So like, say for instance, Def Jam, I have an artist. They'll be like, yo, we want to book out, which is what happened. They booked that every Monday, and we would be in the studio, and it'll be like training.
Okay.
Write a chorus in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I need you on this beat. I don't like to write to it anyway.
Yeah.
And we were building the artists, and actually 2 of the artists in that type of situation, they picked up. So we were doing that. And once I saw that it wasn't necessarily schooling that was helping my advancement, I was like, yo, I'm not looking back.
Yeah.
I'm looking back. And there was a time where I looked at what changed for me. Honestly, what changed for me is when there's executives that I looked up to.
Yeah.
Like
who? Give me some names.
You worked, all right,
Kevin
Clive
Love?
Davis.
Kevin Love?
Take Clive Davis.
Yeah.
Looked up to Clive Davis. It wasn't to the day I was in the office with Clive Davis, me and my partner Sincere, shout out to Sincere, when we were in the office with Clive Davis doing consulting work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they came to us.
That's what's up.
They're hearing us out. And I was like,
What's that feeling like though, man?
it's amazing because we love it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when it's a job for many of them.
Right.
They clock in, clock out, where we breathe this. Like,
Yeah.
we would do it for free.
Yeah.
When they clock out,
Look,
there's
like
no
you
more
said,
music talk.
Like you said, they've been in this game for 20, 30 years. It's like, it's routine. Like, but we
Yes.
fresh.
Fresh.
So this is new. It's fresh.
It's-
Once you get to that, you might be the same way too, though.
Nah, you know what? I think the difference to it is it's cultural for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We grew up not only listening, participating. I mean, when I go into the office sometimes, they have departments that right now we're doing assessment on you. White tee, watch, or he got his cuff maybe 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
Like they make a profile to mimic that. Us, we wake up like, nah, I don't like my jeans like this. Let me cuff them.
Wow, that's
I'm
crazy.
wearing a white tee. I'm gonna rock my hat this way.
Yeah.
They'll do a whole assessment to that because it's not really built into their core. And I think that's what separates me as an executive, where I don't see myself ever getting to a place where it's superficial.
Yeah.
Because I wake up it.
No doubt.
And if I don't make a cent from it, I'm gonna still do it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that makes sense
I'm
though.
still
That's
gonna
how
do
I
it.
feel with this this media platform, man, because I just got this super love for hip hop. I get to talk with dope artists, get to be at dope events. I do this shit all day, like,
Most definitely.
you know what I'm saying? So
Most
I totally
definitely.
get it, man. Do you want to put something out, like a project out, an album, a little EP or something? Or you just want to just do the business, that's it?
So no, I actually put out music. I ran a test last year. I put out one record each month for the whole entire year.
Yeah.
And my goal was to invest in making that record generate some money.
Mm-hmm.
And I was using this as a case study as well as being creative, putting music. So every month I would spend the last, say 30 days, 31 days, seeing what I could do in this new market of how they generate music.
Right.
How to generate music. So from licensing, sync, learning how the syncs do their campaigns. So I continuously find ways to still be creative, but it's always like informative to business.
No doubt.
I'm always trying to entwine that to find out, because it's always changing.
Yeah, all the time,
it's
bro.
Ever changing.
So what if an artist is not signed to a label, they independent, they trying to get their buzz up, or they found their groove or their niche? Can they come to you outside of the label and get some consulting?
Most definitely. So
how can they contact you that way? Look, I'm trying to get you out there, bro.
Everything is
you're already out there.
Everything is Spud Brooklyn. If you look up SPUD Brooklyn, that was one thing that once I got home, I wanted to be consistent. And I didn't even understand branding.
I'm big on that.
I didn't understand it at that point, but I knew I need people to find me. And my biggest thing that I wanted to keep in my head was I need them to be able to type Spud Brooklyn in, and I need the first 5 pages, me.
Yeah.
How can I do that?
Right.
And my first thing in my head was like, I gotta stay consistent.
Yes,
so if you look up Spud Brooklyn, SpudBrooklyn.com, Spud Brooklyn on Instagram, Facebook, X, anywhere, it's consistent. And you can reach out to me. I'm really good about that. I also do a show called the A&R Desk.
Okay.
I invite artists to submit music, and I do live A&R and what they do in the office.
That's dope.
Right on live. So they'll submit it. I'll review their music, and I tell them. And my saying is, this ain't friend shit. This is work shit.
Right.
So what I'm doing to you right now is an example to prepare you.
Exactly.
It's not my preference. It's not my personal approach. And it's been taking off good, man. Artists been really enjoying it. I've been enjoying it. So I just been trying to find different ways to help. So artists can most definitely reach out to me outside of the office.
Yeah, salute to you, Spud, man.
Thank you,
Keep doing your thing, man. You from Bushwick, right?
Yes, sir.
You tapped in with the drill scene out there?
So
because we got the Brooklyn and we got the Bronx.
Yes, most definite. I mean, if you look at just the scene of drill from, Brooklyn, Bronx, London, Chicago, it's all have taken precedence of the moment.
Right.
And I also run a nonprofit called Some People Understand Differently. 90% of my participants come from drill.
Okay.
So what we try to do now is incorporate thinking and awareness, mindful thinking into the artists, because sometimes they perpetuate the I keep it real. And it's like, all right, I get you thorough, but we don't got, the record don't got to be like 100% like, yo, I'm gonna bust his head open and then you go and do it. So we try to introduce like, life and art. And even though it imitates each other, keeping a boundary between it.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So the drill scene is something that I really had to tap in and understand, not only the music sense, but I want to say the genres or the groups or families within that, so I know how I can maneuver in it as well. So I try to keep abreast to all of that.
Nah, that's dope, man. So keep doing your thing, man. Yo, we here. We know we in Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
Shooting a music video with Tony Bosco. Talk about that song right there.
So the beautiful thing about that song, man, he came to New York. We recorded Scrape It in my studio. I engineered it for him. And we were in the control room just chopping it up. And a producer, shout out to Mello, was playing it.
Okay.
And we stopped everything and we was like, yo, what's that? And we came out and we was like, yo, that's it. That's it.
I heard he brought you back out of retirement with the bars, man.
He did, man. And what's beautiful, I love his rhyme style, his rhyme pattern.
Yeah.
And his energy in it is just at home. So when he was like, yo, I'm with it, and I was like, yo, that's my pocket right there.
Right.
So when he wrote his verse, he sent me the lyrics. I didn't even want to read them. Once he said I was done, I said, oh, I gotta write mine. So I wrote my first verse and I sent it over. And that's when he was like, yo, what we gonna do, a chorus? And I was like, nah, let's do 9-5, like the Interstate 9-5. I could take that straight to Baltimore.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, we just gonna go straight through, and that's why we called it 9-5.
I like it.
Because it's the Interstate, straight through. So no chorus, we just went straight through. So when he was like, yo, we shooting a video, I'm like, yo, I'll pop out. Like, I'm invested in it. I mess with him heavy. I love what's going on out here, so I'm like, yo, I'll come.
That shit is dope, man. I'm watching y'all chemistry on the camera behind the scene. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good one right here, man.
Yeah, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Any good words you want to give to the people? Yo, this sun is hitting me crazy.
It is.
Yo, this good Baltimore. Yo, the sun just hit different out here.
I'm in a good angle. I'm in a good angle right now. I'm in a good angle. Now, what I would say to the people, man, just out of my experience, you're gonna hear a lot of advice, and when it comes to advice, be very selective of what you take. And the reason being, people give you advice out of their fears.
Yeah.
Everything that everybody ever told me, yo, you're gonna ruin your life if you invest in the studio. And again, when I say invest in my studio, I had no money. I had nothing. And I threw all my money into this. I heard it all. Yo, you're gonna go back to prison. You messing it up. I had a baby on the way. I spent every cent I had with a baby on the way. And if I listened to everybody that gave me advice, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
Because I would have made what they said factual. And they meant it from a good place.
Yeah.
But it was their fears. So I would tell people, when it comes to advice, be careful what you're taking, because you might be making a move of somebody else's fears.
Right. Spud Brooklyn, man, I could chop it up with you all day. We're gonna stay tapped in too.
Yeah, most definite.
So when we get back to you, we gotta get back on the road in a minute, but we gotta get some of this seafood while we out here.
Yeah, while we out here. Word up.
But yeah, when we get back to New York, we definitely gonna lock in, man. Tap. I love your energy, bro. It was,
thank you, my brother.
I'm just meeting you here right here on the spot. I said, nah, we're gonna get these cameras on you right now, bro.
Let's do it, my brother.
Spud Brooklyn.
Oh man, thank you. Shout out to you, man, and everything you do.
We working, bro.
You give a lot of platform and opportunities to artists
all day
to express, and also to share the artists. So that's super dope, man, because we need that.
Absolutely,
we need that in the
man.
culture.
I'm just trying to carry the torch from the Ralph McDaniels, the Joe Clairs,
see what I'm saying?
The Ed Lovers, the Dr. Dre's. You know what I'm saying?
We need that.
How can the people follow you?
Spud Brooklyn, everything. Catch me on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you are, you can catch me. SpudBrooklyn.com. SpudBrooklyn. Anywhere, website, everything. Spud Brooklyn.
Yeah. Like I said, we're going to get him back on the camera again. We're going to have another sit down. I'm
going
going to come to the studio. I'm going to come to your studio.
Pop out, man. Pop out.
Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow Spud Brooklyn, man. Artists, you need any consultant, hit this brother up, man. He'll guide you, put you in the right direction, man.
Most definitely. And support the platform, y'all watching this.
Yeah.
Like, support, comment, give that energy back, because what he's doing, a lot of people don't do. So you might want to share that back.
Positive vibrations, you feel me?
Most definitely.
We represent the culture to the fullest, highest level, and we're gonna keep this in a good light too.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yes.
You can go to the other platforms for all that other shit.
That's what I'm talking about right
This
there.
is our little country club right here. You feel me?
You see?
Spud Brooklyn.
My brother.
It was an honor.
Oh, man, same here.
We're going to chop it up soon.
All right.
Y'all stay tuned in, man. We here, man. Be more. We're going back to New York in a minute. We're going to get some seafood.
Yeah.
Y'all are back. You heard?
Peace.